And I don't know how you do it, but I'm forever. Yo, we are ready to. Why does YG Entertainment have so few groups? I'm excited for this because I don't know why. Why does YG has only Treasure, Blackpink, and Baby Monster, and that's it as much as I know. Let's see what this video has to say. 5 days ago, 2.5k, let the brother cook. Make sure to subscribe to his channel, W Guy, and let's see what does he think.
Have you ever noticed something strange about YG Entertainment? While companies like HYBE, JYP, and SM seem to debut a new group almost every year,
I don't
YG
like that
has
though.
only introduced a handful of idol groups over the last 2 decades.
I would rather smaller, like quality over quantity, to be honest.
Big Bang,
Oh, I love this group. I need to react to more of Big Bang.
NE1,
Okay, I don't really react. I don't like really listen to
Winner.
one. Sounds too generic.
Icon,
Cinema song. I love this song.
Blackpink,
Oh, this is all under YG. Oh shit, I didn't even know, bro.
Treasure,
Big Bang was under YG. I didn't know that.
Baby Monster,
Yes, sir. I like this song.
If you compare that to the other
Cinema.
major companies, the difference is huge. So why is that? Does YG simply not have enough trainees? Do they take longer to prepare
Nah,
their
it's over
artists?
quality.
Or is this all part of a strategy that's been there since the very beginning? Today, we're going to answer one simple question. Why does YG Entertainment have so few groups? And
That's
by the end
good,
of this
bro.
video, you'll understand why this strategy helped make YG one of the
Because they would remove the amount of views, amount of fans. They would spread them too much. They would spread too many fans, and then the groups, like this, the groups, they would feel less popular, if that makes sense.
biggest names in K-pop, but may also be one of the reasons they've struggled to keep up with the industry today. Before we dive in,
They
let's
do.
clear up one common
They struggle.
misunderstanding. When fans say YG has so few groups, they usually mean idol groups, not solo artists or actors. But when it comes to
Oh.
idol groups, their lineup has always been surprisingly small. And that's unusual, because
think
in
that's
today's
good.
K-pop industry, companies aren't just competing with music anymore. They're competing for attention.
Bro, they have one of the biggest groups, like Big Bang, one of the biggest groups before. Blackpink, the biggest group with BTS, and now we have Baby Monster, like one, also the leader of Gen 5. So they are doing something right, obviously.
Every new group means new fans, new albums, new tours, new merchandise, and another chance to grow the company. So naturally, most agencies try to debut groups regularly. But YG has always gone in the opposite direction. Question
Angel
is,
with the
why?
shotgun.
To understand that, we have to go back to where it all started. Since the beginning, YG Entertainment has followed a very different philosophy
Okay.
from most entertainment companies.
Respect.
Instead of debuting as many groups as possible, YG focused on building a small number of artists that they believed could leave a lasting impact. It wasn't about quantity. It was about making each debut feel like an
She's
event.
cute,
Think about
bro.
it. Big Bang debuted in 2006. Then fans waited 3 years before 2NE1 arrived. Another 5 years passed before Winner debuted in 2014. Just months later came Icon in 2015. After that,
Icon.
fans had to wait
Bro,
another
I
year.
didn't know they had Icon. Like I like love that one song. Na, 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 need you, na, 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 na. I love that song.
Blackpink. And then 4 more years until Treasure, another 3 years before Baby Monster officially debuted. When you see the timeline like this, one thing becomes obvious. YG has never been in a hurry. But why would a company willingly wait years between launching new groups, especially when the K-pop market moves so fast? Well, one reason is the way YG trains its artists. Unlike some companies that debut several teams within a few years, YG has always been known for keeping trainees in the system for a long time. The company has often emphasized finding artists with strong individuality, stage presence, performance skills, rather than rushing to meet a debut schedule.
Yeah.
Of course, that doesn't mean every trainee stays for years or that every debut follows the same process. Every group has had its own journey. But overall, YG's approach has been noticeably slower than many of its competitors. And that raises another question. Is taking more time actually a better strategy, or does it create new problems?
Seems like it
That's
is.
where things start to get really interesting. At first, YG's strategy actually made a lot of sense. Instead of spreading their money and staff across several rookie groups,
Yeah.
they focused almost everything on one or two acts at a time. Think
High
about
risk,
Big
high
Bang.
reward.
When they debuted, YG poured years of training and resources into making them stand out. The same thing happened with 2,
Bro,
NE1,
that's so
Blackpink, Treasure,
sick.
and more recently, Baby Monster. Rather than launching multiple groups and hoping one becomes successful, YG has usually preferred putting all its attention behind a single debut. It's a high-risk strategy. If that group succeeds, the company earns a huge return. But if
Yeah.
it doesn't, there isn't another rookie group
High
ready
risk,
to
high
fill the
reward.
gap. And that's very different from companies like Hybe or JYP. Today, those companies often have several active groups promoting at the same time. If one group takes a break, another is already
The issue is then that you spread too much. You spread like the fans. They are not focused on one thing. They're focused on multiple things, and that way, those groups you are hurting the level of that one group that it could reach, as what we seen with Big Bang, with what we seen with Baby Monster, with what we seen with those two groups, Blackpink, 3 biggest groups in the whole K-pop.
releasing music. YG has rarely had that luxury. Another reason could simply be cost. Debuting a K-pop group isn't cheap. Before fans
Yeah.
even hear the first song, companies have already spent years paying for vocal lessons, dance training, language classes, producers, choreographers, music videos, styling, dorms, and countless other expenses. By the time a group finally debuts, millions of dollars may already have been invested. So instead of making that investment in multiple rookie groups at once, YG has often chosen to focus on fewer debuts. It's a slower approach, but one the company has followed for years. There's also another...
Yeah, and another thing is that once you have that smaller amount of groups and very successful groups, the whole company, like when you release new group, the whole like all the people that see that, they'll be like, okay, they have insane groups they had before, and now they released a new one, so there'll be even more eyes on that, because YG has proven that they have very good products. Okay, now it sounds like shit when I say it like that, but they have very good groups created before, so the next one, they had a lot better credibility than other groups, other companies.
reason that fans often overlook. YG has always placed a strong emphasis on individuality. Many YG artists are known for having their own style instead of fitting one fixed image. Whether it's Big Bang's influence on idol music, 2NE1's bold concept, Blackpink's global image, or Baby Monster's performance-focused debut, YG has often tried to give each group its own identity. Building that identity takes time. You can't simply copy what worked before. Every new group has to feel different from the last one. But while that strategy helped build YG's reputation, the K-pop industry didn't stand still. Over the last decade, K-pop has changed dramatically. Companies are debuting new groups more often than ever. The competition is faster, global audiences are bigger, and fans expect constant content. While YG continued following its slower approach, other companies kept expanding. Hybe introduced multiple successful groups in just a few years. JYP and SM also continued growing their artist lineups. Meanwhile, YG still had relatively few active idol groups. That naturally raises another question. Has YG's strategy started to work against them? The answer isn't as simple as yes or no.
Probably
On
have
one
the
hand,
biggest group.
debuting fewer groups means each one often receives more attention from the company.
Yeah.
Instead of competing with several rookie groups under the same label, they can become the main focus. But on the other hand, fewer groups also mean fewer opportunities. If a comeback gets delayed, if a group becomes inactive, or if members focus on solo activities, there may not be another new group ready
Like
to maintain
Blackpink.
the company's momentum. We've seen periods where fans waited years between major debuts. In an industry that moves this quickly, that's a long time. At the
High
same
risk, high
time, it's
reward.
important to remember that YG's approach has also produced some of K-pop's biggest names. Big Bang helped shape modern K-pop.
Jesus, bro, what an aura. Imagine, you are the group that created 3 biggest K-pop groups. Big Bang, Baby Monster, Blackpink. Bro.
Pink became one of the biggest girl groups in the world. Those successes are part of the reason YG continues to believe in its strategy. So it's not simply a matter of saying the strategy is right or wrong. It has clearly worked in some ways, but it has also
Is this
created
Pasaya
challenges
guy?
that are becoming harder to
Gangnam
ignore.
Style and
So
shit.
why does YG Entertainment have so few groups? For years, the company believed that debuting fewer artists and spending more time preparing them would lead to better results. And to be fair, that strategy helped create some of K-pop's most influential groups, from Big Bang and 2NE1 to Blackpink. But the K-pop industry isn't the same anymore. Today's market moves much faster. New groups debut every year, trends change overnight, and companies have to compete not just in Korea, but around the world. And interestingly, the biggest sign that YG's old strategy may no longer work comes from YG itself. In early 2026, Yang Hyun-suk publicly admitted that simply waiting isn't enough anymore. He explained that K-pop has become a highly competitive global industry and revealed that YG is changing its approach. Instead of debuting one group every few years,
I mean, we see it now. They are preparing some other group called Monster. They are preparing one more group called something else. I forgot. So 2 new groups they have. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. We are diversifying too much. How are they be able to give the same amount of attention to Baby Monster if they have another 2 groups? I don't know. I don't like it.
The company is now aiming to launch multiple new groups, restructuring its internal production system to support them. Whether that plan succeeds is something only time will tell. But one thing is clear. The company that spent years becoming famous for debuting so few groups is now preparing to debut more than ever before. Maybe that's the biggest answer to our question. YG didn't have so few groups because it couldn't debut more. It was because that was the strategy it believed in. And after nearly 3 decades, YG Entertainment may finally be entering a completely new era. What do you think? Should YG continue focusing on a few carefully prepared groups? Or is it finally making the right decision by debuting more artists? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this documentary, you might also like my video, Why K-pop Companies Buy YouTube Ads. I'll leave
I need to see this video also.
The link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe for more K-pop documentaries. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next.
I don't know. I feel like Baby Monster kind of flopped a little bit with their latest mini album. The only song I like from the mini album is I Like It, and a little bit of Moon, but not that much. Still, I believe the other groups, other K-pop groups, like Meowie, they have a bit better songs in terms of like in the comparing them to the mini album that Baby Monster made. So I think Baby Monster need to focus on making insanely good music, such as what they made with I Like It, with Like That song, Like That, and I Like It, and Drip was good, and Sheesh was solid, but main chorus wasn't that good, but other than that was so good. Forever, if they focus on making the songs as high quality as Forever, they'll be fine. But I'm scared if they make another kind of flop mini album or whatever. They need to focus on making better music, because, as I said, mini album wasn't that great. So, yeah, I love Baby Monster, and I don't want to see more groups with YG. I'm kind of scared because I think that will push Baby Monster, attention on Baby Monster even more, and not push out even more, but they will remove some attention on Baby Monster, and I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I mean, they have their own analytics and shit, so they know better than me, but we'll see. I want to see what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys agree with me? Do you think it's better that YG is releasing more of groups? I'm not a fan of it. You already produced Blackpink and Big Bang, 2 biggest groups in the K-pop history, so I'm kind of scared, bro. But tell me in the comments what you guys think, what do you want me to react to next, and yeah, I'll catch you guys, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in my next reaction.